A few months later, I was on the road. I was on the road here, campaigning. I would get on my campaign truck, and when I got into Thika, I had a team of young men, and I believe in my discussion today, I should have brought one of those young men. There's one young man who had just retired. He had just retired from, not retired, rather, he just graduated from the National Youth Service. And I would carry that heap of booklets. When we arrived, where is he? Is he around? That's okay. So one of my young men who was very quick on his feet, I would call him, get him a bundle of these documents. And I would tell him first, before I start speaking, run into the crowd and make sure that everybody has got a copy of this, and then I'll climb up and start speaking. And he'll do exactly that. Within 5 minutes, as people do the introductions, they play a bit of music, everybody is waving a copy of that document. Coincidentally, because of his work, I baptized him Manifesto. And even today, he's still called Manifesto. That young man, when he was distributing that document, and I would rise up to speak to the people here in Thika, I would tell the people all the things that we are saying we are going to do. We'll clean up the streets, we'll build markets, we'll do this, and then I would finalize by telling the people that we are going to convert Thika into an industrial, smart city. And everybody would pause and wait and listen. Because, you know, when you come up with those words of an industrial, smart city, now it looks like you're going to blow up people out of their places because they're heavy words. So let's break this down into chewable bites in 2 minutes. What it is that I had in my mind and are prepared to do. When you gave me the job to be the governor, 3 weeks later, I had the opportunity to have a meeting with the president. So the president told me, Governor, before you come, prepare yourself with a document. Because I want, after our discussion, I want to see what is it precisely you want to come and discuss with me about Kiambu. Have your copy, have copies that you can give to cabinet secretaries that I may want you to liaise with. So I prepared my document. When I arrived there, with my document, I shared the copy with him. I had my copy as we spoke. Flipped through the pages, and then we got to the issues that I wanted to discuss about Thika. And I told him, Your Excellency, for Thika, my decision is that I want to convert that town into a city. And there are things that I intend to do that I need your support about. So first thing, for us to have penned, have we made progress? Do we have milestones that we can say that we have started to hit? And how do we continue with the journey? So first, I told him we have to resolve the issue of water in Thika. So he asked me how. And I told him we have built a dam in Karemeno. That dam, as has been built, has excluded Thika town as one of the beneficiaries. Yet, it is one of the biggest water projects around Thika. We had a capacity then in Karemeno of about 70,000 cubic liters of water. So I told him, if you just add another 20,000, the requirement for Thika is about 22,000 cubic meters of water. What is the cost? We had worked out the cost. It's about 5.7 billion. So that morning, before we left, we agreed with him. Can you give us the 5.7 billion? That morning, the president called Treasury and told them, Governor tells me there are funds that you had that were intended for water. Because I had done my research, and I knew there were funds that were supposed to have been given. And he said, release those funds. So subsequently, those funds were released. Karemeno's capacity was increased now to about 99,000 cubic meters of water. And today, the thing that remains for the people of Thika to benefit fully from that water is now just proper reticulation of water. And that we are prepared to do. We have set aside funds to ensure that that reticulation happens and water rolls down. 2, then I told him, we cannot have a city in Thika if the chaos and mayhem we have when you just approach Thika is going to be the story of the day. And I told him, the other thing that you can help us with is give us funds to dual this road from where we exit the highway, all the way down past to the small town called Kolping as you head towards Garissa. We worked out the cost. He wrote a note, sent it to the ministry and to Kenha, and sent me the copy of the document. And as of now, most of you know, those that have followed up, that indeed the research, the drawings, and all the other preliminary stages of dualing this road have already started, and mapping has been done. What now we are waiting for is just the funding to have this road dualed all the way down, and we'll have a smooth highway down all the way towards Kolping. That's our second step. Then moving from there, there are things also that we must do ourselves as a county government to ensure that we also make this a reality. We have been waiting for what we call our Kenya Urban Support Development Funds. This year in Kiambu, we have been allocated about close to 2 billion shillings. Here in Thika, as you know, most of you that are residents here, Thika in its municipality status has been sharing funds with Juja to ensure that funds are adequate to change the things we want to change in Thika. We had to upgrade Juja itself to municipal status so that Juja can receive their own independent funds and leave the funds for Thika for only Thika's use. So this year, other than sharing those funds that should have been shared, 295 million, which would have been split to Juja, now that 295 million is available for Thika only this year. So what have we done? With that 295 million, we have already had public participation and conceptualized a complete upgrade of the town with NMT facilities all the way from the entrance down into the town, all the way down, so that we are going to be having proper drainage, cable, and street lighting in the entire all the way down towards Makongeni of Thika. So we have made good progress to convert Thika. Of course, when it comes to the other wards, like in Gatuanyaga, we've also included funds for Gatuanyaga, ensuring that we also meet the same standards within Gatuanyaga. We have done the same for Makongeni in that area. The biggest beneficiary is that this gentleman here in this town, because he happens to be the one who is in town anyway, by coincidence, and all the way down to Goliba. So we will be benefiting all those people. Thirdly, from our own county funds, we have allocated sufficient funds to ensure that we deal with the issue of proper lighting in this county. You heard when one of my officers was speaking here and said that when I decided to have the policy that requires that all public lighting be solar in Kiambu County, we had a bit of backlash. Because after launching, 2 weeks later, most of our facilities went dark. Because Kenya Power then was of the mind that we have denied them business, so they want to fight us back. They went disconnecting some of our facilities. Yet, of course, as you know, some of the facilities, public hospitals and others are still reliant on grid power. But for street lighting, and when I was launching, I gave out the statistics and the numbers, which I believe all of you, if you don't have, you could go to our website, you find, and we can share out, even as we convert this into a city. Kiambu County has been expending about 1 billion shillings per year on power only. 1 billion per year. Our hospitals, our markets, our street lights, our public offices, all of them, we have been coughing out close to 1 billion shillings every year. So we decided that it is time to start changing. We have brought in enough street lights for the entire county. Our first batch, we brought about 4,000. We have another 4,000 in the high seas. We're intending to install 12,000 this year and ensure that we convert the entire of public lighting. We have now the reserve for Thika, which we intend to have here in Thika, and ensure that anything about that street is dark, huko stima imekatwa, ama huko hakuna stima, that we put as history. That we are counting as one of our major milestones also in ensuring that we are on the journey to making Thika a smart city. On public health, we have intentionally decided that Thika is going to be exceptional when it comes to our attention to public health. In each of our wards currently, in Gatuanyaga, where this gentleman comes from, we have already rolled out and awarded tenders to upgrade to level 3 all the 2 medical facilities in his ward. In Makongeni ward, we have also not only awarded a tender to upgrade the existing level 2 facility to a proper level 3, but we have also already started construction of a new one. So we have 2 ongoing facilities in his place. Mheshimiwa here is a beneficiary to the Thika level 4 hospital, which we are also in the course of upgrading. And for Mheshimiwa there in the ward in his ward, hospital ward, we are building a new facility at Adena and a new facility at Goingwa. So that means that, God willing, when we are done with this cycle, then we'll have taken care of ensuring that every ward has got a level 3 facility that is accessible within less than 500 meters of any resident. That is our vision of this particular county, and we have started the work already. In trade here in Thika, and I'm only referring to Thika so that we can start to paint the picture. Are we on the journey? Do we believe in the vision? Are we just talking about wishes and hopes, or have we started to walk the journey? That is the case I'm making as we speak this morning. In trade, before we could even fly the flag, we started with this gentleman here. And when I took my first tour to Thika last year, I was amazed to find that you have got such a high number of our traders and women who are doing one of the most beneficial businesses, actually the hub that supplies almost all the non-perishable foodstuffs in the entire of this county, of this town, in his market, Jamhuri, that those women live under deplorable conditions. That their market stalls, you could shake it like this and it will come down. And they've been there for years. So I started on an immediate journey then, and we agreed, and started on the upgrade of the market. We've done halfway the ground, and the rest now we are going up to finish that market. In another 6 months, we are done with his market. We went down to his place in Makongeni, As most of you know, although there's been a bit of politics, but that should not mind, you should remind that's not the story of today. Then markets, we went to his place. I had agreed with the president in our first sitting that national government was going to contribute 400 million for the market in Makongeni. The county committed 150 million, and that market we are going to be awarding. We are doing another market also in his place in Kiganjo. In my friend's place again, the market there in Kiandutu. Again, we started the market all the way down now to Gatuanyaga. His market is awarded, and the one in Goliba. What am I saying? That in trade again, we are ensuring that all our traders, formerly who are in markets, that we have renewed the markets at the county level, and that one that we have been given by national government. For our young guys here, and because I've seen chairman, our hawkers, my friend, I've seen and the chairman here, I've seen you guys here. You know what we are doing also. Because we want to create a proper environment within the town, whereby the former business trader who has a shop can feel comfortable in his shop. They know that they pay a license so they can trade. But also, our hawker can have the opportunity also to do their business in a right atmosphere. And so we intend to separate the two, and we have taken steps in Thika to clean up the town and ensure that we give respect and dignity to our hawkers and also the shopkeepers. How are we doing that? I awarded the contract for the construction of our stadium here, and came up with a concept that stadium, as we build the wall, because that's why we have majority of our hawkers, the wall of the stadium now comprises of modern trading kiosks for our hawkers. 380 of them are going to be housed there. We are not charging a single penny for you to come and for us to build. We are building and invite you to come in. So all that circle, we are having lower level and upper level of modern trading kiosks for all of you. Other than burning in the sun, in the street, come in. We have a good place for you. Keep your wares there. Sell from there. In the evening, lock your shop, then go home and come tomorrow. We are doing that in a stadium. We have agreed that as we are upgrading our bus parks, our bus stages, which we have done in Makongeni, we have started. The one in town, we are starting, we are going to award. Even in those bus parks, we are going to do the same thing to build the same modern kiosk. So even around the stage, all the hawkers around there, you don't carry your muzigo to your home after trade. Keep it in your shop. We'll give you a shop, sell from there. And then we clean up the environment wakati tumemaliza kujenga hiyo. So I believe also pande hiyo, our young people there who are hooking, we have also taken steps to ensure that muko sawasawa kwa ile kazi yenye mnafanya. On our work with drainages, we've agreed with my friend there, Korea, and this team, that we are also awarding together with the NMT so that this town will be a proper town. So what I'm saying simply is this, that this journey that we decided that we are going to take with my team here to convert Thika into an industrial smart city, we have started, ladies and gentlemen. And probably just to close, because I'm speaking in the presence of former mayor and another former mayor and other legislators, and of course also most of you who have lived in this town. This is not going to be an easy walk, for that matter. This I want to assure you, and committee here also, be certain about that, because we have to accommodate the diverse views of everyone. People have different opinions. People will have different notions. But if we can convince our people to see the bigger picture and what we have done and what we are doing, then we can achieve what we intend to achieve. The prison here, I had a conversation with the president, and we have also agreed then that we have learned that we agreed and signed with Del Monte to cede 690 acres to the county, which was already done. And we had an extra 100 acres before. In the allocations for the land that we have done out of what the county government got, we have allocated 30 acres to accommodate this prison and move this prison from the CBD out there to out there. So that this land that is in the CBD